Speaking of your seminars, you keep very busy and traveling, trying to share some of the art that you've studied over the years. And what does that leave for you personally with your personal training? Is there something you do daily? Do you have perhaps a weekend regimen that you like to do, like perhaps light during the week, heavy during the weekend? What does your regular training look like for yourself these days?
Man, I'm a senior citizen now. I do it the heck I want.
That's the way it should be, I suppose.
It does vary, and it has always varied, even in Sensei's dojo. When I was a much younger man on Okinawa, we never trained exactly the same. And there are folks who will take a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, and then once a month there's a so-called black belt class, which means they all get on the stationary bicycles for 30 minutes. Secret stuff. But Sensei always varied the training, one, because the weather was different. It would be very humid one day, so you wouldn't want to train on a very humid day. It would be very sunny one day. He wouldn't want us outside too long in the sun, so he would rush us through certain exercises. Perhaps one day it's all kobudo, all weaponry. Or one day we would spend more time on Hojo window, Makiwara training, and other supplemental training. Sometimes it was just conditioning. Sensei would say, I know you're Marines, but go for a run. And so we would go for a run, and that would be the training for the day. And Sensei would say, good, you practice your breathing. there was that aspect. So, and I carried that aspect into my personal training. I do something every day. There's always Hojo Undo in my life. I have a small gym in my basement, in the other side of the basement is a personal training area with some of the items I brought back from Okinawa that are very personal to me. And they tie me to the island when I train that way. But my routine always involves stretching, which is basically what kata does anyway. It stretches, contracts the body, relaxes the body. Breathing, always kata, never want to, and sometimes I'll just review, just walk through my form again. And then there's the actual research where I'm taking a snippet of a particular kata. I'll pull up some old notes from my teacher, and just like any good book or chapter in a book, I'll find some different meaning in what he said. And that's especially the case if I can get the characters translated in. There's one group of notes that I've had translated 3 times. Each time the translator came up with 3 different translators. These characters mean this, that, and I didn't know. And then I'll work off of that as training routine. I set my own goals. The other thing is, like any instructor, I think you wind up being inspired by your student. The student will call with a question. Folks will ask good questions that will lead to another topic that maybe 6 months or a year from now, it might have come to my mind that I need to mention that. But the timeline immediately gets shortened when a good question pops up. That's the moment to give that information. And that will turn back to more training on my part. Do I fully understand what I just said? I'm telling him something that I heard 24 years ago. And so it gets me back into that area. And so you'll see Post-it notes all over the house where these ideas pop up. And Martha has accepted that as part of life with an aging martial artist. But she gets a kick out of it as well. So my training is varied. It centers on Shorin-ryu. I'm just a Shobiashi guy until the end. And I look at other systems with great respect, but insofar as I can relate them to what I'm doing in the system that I'm doing, I have great pride in Shobiashi-ryu, and that's why I'm trying to preserve the way it was once taught. What we see now is, I'll just say, it's different.
Well, with that emotional commitment to your style, with your group specifically, the Kenkyukai Shobiashi-kan, what is your vision for that? How do you see the seminars playing into it? What would you like to see it, do in the long run, perhaps in a bigger picture sense?
The highest goal I have is to support, engender a deeper understanding of the Okinawan arts, with an S on the end. The training group, which is what a Kenkyukai is, research group, means that we take a look at what we do to make it better. So the Shobiashi-kan, we use the Shobiashi kata as a vehicle for understanding the principles that underlie all the arts. And I think we're seeing in too many systems where folks are simply learning the omote, just the surface, or just the movement. Even if they get into bunkai, it's only the limited bunkai. And many times the focus is to simply win a trophy or a title. I watch gentlemen argue over referee certification, so they have a higher qualification to judge an event which really has nothing to do with the original art. They've moved so far from the center. The fascination with Don, that a person is umpty ump Don, that they have a cape in the closet, and the only thing you have to worry about is stumbling over a piece of kryptonite when they walk down the street. We're all human beings, and I got to see that on Okinawa. I've seen my teacher inebriated. I've seen him angry. He was not the perfect person that we think of a grand master as being. He didn't levitate when he came into the room. He did not go out to dinner on a flying carpet, flying carpet or anything. He had all those human failings, and we want to incorporate all of that understanding into what we do in Shobayashi Kan. The vehicle for doing it is Shobayashi Do. So we're tying up wellness, combat capability, hopefully good character, longevity, long life, and especially a healthy attitude towards life in general, other people. Lord knows we have enough problems in our daily lives, so we should use karate as a good thing. For years in the States and elsewhere, karate was divisive. This style, this association, we can't have anything. We can't train with you. You're not welcome here. Or you are welcome. We'll look at you funny while you're here. Those things during the early years of Okinawa, I didn't see any of that. And much of that was based on the character of the Okinawans. So somehow we need to capture that, and we hope that the Shobayashi Kan is a vehicle for at least part of that.
We should talk about this man. That says no.